Greetings to another video. Today's video, Zwift Racing League. I'm scared. I always get really nervous before these races. I've not done a race in so long, and let's just get up and go because I've got 14 minutes before we set off, and I'm already out of breath because I'm getting, I don't know what it is. I love racing. As soon as I set off, I'm good, but before it, I'm a little bit nervous. And you know my treat. Who needs gels when you've got good old maple syrup? So that's my little pre-race fuel. 12 minutes. I'm not doing any warm-ups either. Get this quick. Start of Zwift races are hectic. They go off so hard. But just know, if you are new to Zwift racing, that this isn't always going to last very long. So it's going to be a couple of minutes of just like, I mean, look at my power already, even just at the start of a race. So it's just about sticking with it, sticking with the group, and just expecting it, basically. And this is why I love Zwift racing. It just pushes me harder than I would ever ride on my own. So my goal here is just to stay with the kind of the front middle of the group. And just very quickly, if you don't know what Zwift racing is, this is part of Zwift Racing League, which is, it's the largest virtual team cycling series there is. It's got over 35,000 participants all over the world. There are 3 6-week rounds, all on Tuesday nights, all over the world. There's different routes, there's different style of races, there's team time trials, there's points and scratch races, and there's lots of different courses. So it's just amazing. There's going to be a team for you to race in at your ability level. I just love it. It gets me through winter. This particular course and route is called Mighty Metropolitan in New York. New York is actually one of my favorite worlds to ride in. I just really like it. It's got some really nice climbs. Actually, my favorite one is called Knickerbocker. Anyway, so this one, Mighty Metropolitan, it is 20.1 kilometers, 316 meters. It's not one of the longest, courses that Zwift has, but I mean, you'll see in a minute that I'm struggling. I am struggling. This is my first race in quite a while. I've not done any set training. I'm just getting my excuses nearly okay. If you look at the top of the screen now, you can see the elevation profile of this particular section, which I absolutely love, especially for Zwift racing, because you know where the top of the climb is going to be. And this is relatively new to Zwift. And for me as a climber, I love knowing this, because this is when I know I can push harder, because I just love to climb. However, I've told you, getting the excuses in, not feeling so great on this this particular day. So I get dropped pretty quickly. I'm trying my hardest. You can see my watts. Look at my heart rate, 184. That is my max heart rate. I am pushing hard. I'm trying to keep up, but this was such a strong group of women riders, and I love it because it does push me. But equally, it also pushes my heart rate high. Look, I mean, I'm just getting my head down at this point, trying to catch on. And the reason that I'm trying to catch on is look at my face there. I know if I get dropped off the back of this group, I'm in for the last 15k of this race is going to be tough. I want to get back on the group so I can get some kind of draft in, because I don't then have to push as many watts. I can just kind of draft for a little bit. So yeah, we're getting up another little incline, and yeah, I'm just doing my best just to keep in with the group. Also, you can see that there's another group ahead of us. Now we've got the New York QOM, which I'm like, yes, a climb, I can catch back up. But you'll see, I again didn't do great on this climb. I'm just pushing everything I can just to try and keep up. My heart rate is really high, but I love it. I love this climb. Normally, today, not as much. Again, I'm just getting my head down. I'm like, come on, Katie, you can push, you can catch on. I don't really catch on. I get a little bit dropped. But I was like, I just need to be drafting or just close to the group. And that's really good to have those people there to chase. And this is why I love Zwift racing. Again, it just pushes me so much harder than I would. And this is why I love the Zwift community. I just love it. Even though my face doesn't necessarily show that I'm loving it, I do love it. So now we're getting almost to the top of the climb, and yeah, like I say, I love this course, or this climb particularly. It's one, you can see on the left hand side, it's 5.9% and 1.1 kilometers long. So I'm just pushing. I just want to get to the top so I can descend. So now we're getting to the top of the climb, and then you'll see now on the top left next to where my watts is, there's kind of like a black circle. That's called a power up. And I've got the anvil. So there's lots of different ones that can come up, but this particular one, I get given the anvil. And that basically, if you press that, that gives you added weight. So I'm using it now on the descent to kind of push me along and get me down that hill faster. And that's my tactic, just to try and catch up to the people in front of me, because I don't want to be riding this course on my own, because again of the drafting element of it. I want to be able to draft so I don't have to push as many watts. Also, motivation wise, it's just nicer when you're in a group. And actually now there's 4 of us. There are just under 6 kilometers to go, and there are just 4 of us together. So we are like 25th, so we're basically halfway down. If you actually look on the right hand side, and this is how I always like to see where we are in the actual race, you can see above, so there's someone 23 seconds ahead of us, and there's someone 22 seconds behind us. So we are pretty much bang in the middle. And so that's a really good way to know if you're racing, to know whether you've got the energy to then catch up. So if that was only like 4 seconds ahead, I would have then been pushing to try and catch those up. But if they're like 30 seconds, you've really got to push some watts to be able to catch them up. So I'm showing you the last kilometre because I'm like, if I want to place, because I was aiming at this point for like 24th, I wanted to be halfway down the pack, and I was like, right, if I'm going to do it, I've got no sprint, so I just need to try and push a little bit early, which is why I'm trying to show you my little tactic. So I'm just pushing, like, look at my face, I'm like, come on, we've got to do it. See my heart rate, it's still really high, and I am just ready at this point. I'm like, 500 meters to go, come on, push it, you're ahead of them. And then they just come past me. So sad. And you'll see them in a second. These were strong women. Like, this is such a great race. And then actually I saw like, oh, there's a climb. I'm a climber. I can get up this. I can really push on this and have a really good finish. But then look what happens. Look how it unfolds. They just absolutely hand me my peach on a plate. They just drop me. And like, I'm at this point, I'm like, I cannot push anymore. Even towards the end, I'm like, I just can't even pedal. I'm shaking my head because I'm like, can't do it. I've given everything I possibly have. My heart rate is 186, 185. I am at my absolute limit. That was so tough, but so fun. It's like type 2 fun, right? I need to lie down. I'll see you all next video. But sign up for Zwift Racing League because it is really fun, even though it's making me want to be a little bit sick right now.